What up, people? It's your boy, Master Judy, out here with another comic review. Happy to be reviewing just one comic on New Comic Book Day, but it's Teen Titans 25, its anniversary issue, and it's just a simple review. Get into a lot of background. Two, actually. So, we get into Crush's identity, and she has teamed up with the Djinn to go look for something special for her. And they take Robin's cycle, they roll, and they get ready to move. Adam Glass is the writer, and in this case, Robson Roca is the artiste, and I like this art in this issue. So Kid Flash lets them go, but you see them taking on an adventure, doing something, and she's planning on getting something, and also pretty much saying that she has to take revenge on somebody. So they go into it and skip that, but here we go. 15 years ago at Burning Man, she basically met her parents, and David and Lisa Rojas were her Earth parents. And of course she said, yeah, they were busy getting high, pretty much. So she crashes down on Earth, and it's clear that she seems to actually be Lobo's real biological daughter. She's not mixed with anything like that. And she comes to Earth much like Superman, except with a chain. And they see the family, and they see the chain, and they see that it's protecting her. They want her to be careful, so they decide to raise her as their own. So she pretty much keeps on going. The Djinn asks about pretty much, all right, what happened next? So as we can see, we see that basically her parents really took care of her. They homeschooled her. They were not just her parents. He said when they weren't high. So, yeah, that's something. You can see that they sold her clothes. They played with her. They were good parents. And, she asks the question, why don't I look like you or anyone else? And they say, because you're special. It's like, and they said that pretty much your birth parents were superheroes. And she said, like Superman? Yeah, that's it, like Superman, honey. They sent us from the sky. They sent you from the sky to us to protect you, so to keep you safe while they protect the universe, because they love you very much. Then you just see basically saying, I don't want to play. Saying, I don't want to play Princess anymore. I want to play Superman. So she ended up looking at Superman, and we see these people. Basically, they're running away from some guy who's trying to demand some payment. So she was like, it's always an adventure. It's like David and Lisa weren't what you would call Employee of the Month material. It's like Employee of the Month material. They had a hard time paying the bills and made a lot of enemies. And they were some habits they never managed to kick. Yeah, they got high. So we were always on the move, but I didn't care. They were my family and I loved them. So we basically see, and they're in Nevada and Reno. It's like we finally settled into a place where we could lie low, where they could get the money they could, but I was usually the one making sure we had food and water. Maybe it wasn't pretty, but it was all I knew. It's like, and it would have stayed that way if I hadn't gotten into town one day. So we see that she saw a TV show or the news of Lobo fighting Superman. We just see, it's like, and seen something that made me question everything, saying Supes will kick that trash back where he came from. I heard about that guy. That's Lobo, last of his kind, and good riddance to him. It's like, last of his. It's like, what's that planet he's from? Narnia? Caesarnia? I hear he's a stone cold killer. So she finds out that you lied to me. It's like, you said my real parents were heroes, and one day I'd be just like them. Just because Lobo is a bad guy doesn't mean you will be. Only you can choose what kind of person you want to be. It's like, so who is he? My dad? So he is my dad. It's like, you think so, honey, but it's like, shut up. I don't want to hear any more of your lies. It's like, I hate you both. It's like, Xiomara, please. It's like, get off me, off Obelis. So just leave me alone. So her chain is sentient, and it's acted like her guardian. But she was so pissed, that she felt betrayed. And after that, she basically goes out, sees some dudes attacking her because she looks like Lobo, and that's when her rage kicked in and she starts beating ass. And then she finds out that her parents were murdered completely. And the whole place was burned alive, and her chain, Obelus, was gone. So, basically, the Jinn, says they're sorry for her loss. And she's saying that the only reason why you're with her, because I'm trying to tell you this, because you have to learn the world is not a good place. And, the Jinn says, you suffered a great tragedy, I would never deny that. But the world is not all bad for it. And say, God, you sound so naive. Crush, you seem to believe you must teach me to harden myself, as you yourself have done. But my outlook on life is not derived from inexperience. I've seen great many things in this world, more than most terrors enjoy alike. And I choose to recognize the bad, but focus on the good. And she's like, yeah, you can keep that kumbaya crap and shove it. It's like, when you have seen as much darkness as I have, you need to find the light, or else what is the point? And she's like, okay, what's your story? And she's like, perhaps I'll share it with you one day. It's like, okay, no. And Crush is like, okay, no rush. So, basically, she found Obelus. Well, Robin helped her find Obelus. It's like, so they go to upstate New York. She pounds the door, and this guy, who's named Ezekiel, basically knew who she was. He was the guy who's been tracking her parents down, giving them their drugs, but one day they stole a lot of product, and he couldn't really attack them because of the chain, because the chain was always protecting them. So one day, basically, when she left out of an anger, he decided to take advantage. And what he did is that, so I decided to offer your parents a clean slate, no more looking over their shoulders if they gave you up. I even told him I'd throw in some good stuff. Well, and he was like, most crackheads would have jumped on an opportunity like that, but not those two morons. They actually convinced themselves that they loved you. So he ended up killing them and then taking the chain. Obelus. It's like, that's what this thing's name? Because I just call him It. Took a while to break it down, bring him back in my image, but he made it good, and basically he's used the chain to get rich. So he goes in, they fight for the chain, he's about to kill it, and then she realizes that this is your companion, and I love you, and so the chain becomes part of her again, and she starts attacking him, and she's about to give the final killing blow, but then Jin's like, look, man, this won't bring your family back. But she's like, but it'll feel good. I can't just walk away, D. I can't forgive him. She said, forgive yourself. Your family made a choice to protect you. I can't. I won't let him. You just see, your father, your true father, David, once said you can choose what kind of person you want to be. Noble does not have to define who you are, not if you don't want him to. So she spares him. And Jin is like, I'm proud of the choice you made. So this is some good character development. And they end up going back to base. Then we see what happened to Roundhouse. Basically, when he sacrificed himself, but he managed to get back to Earth, he managed to get back into space. So we see that he wakes up, this girl helps him out, but I think what's the most important thing about this is that so we see that he woke up and he was concussed, actually. And this is when, of course, his parents ground him. But it would seem that his sister has passed away, so his sister might have helped him out. So, this is a pretty good, little filler issue. Give it a good 7 out of 10, It might not be a cup of tea, but I enjoyed it. So, yeah. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics, get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll try to get more videos out when I can. Peace.